Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're all having an amazing weekend. Currently it is Sunday and let's get right into the charts. Starting off with Bitcoin, of course, you can see right here we are starting to get somewhat of a reaction right here on the weekly time frame. The bulls are actually trying to close the weekly candle back above this weekly order block that we have right here. It is a very important weekly close. We've got only like 15 hours left. I did post yesterday on my X. Basically, you can see right here that if Bitcoin does not bounce from here, it's over. And then we had no reaction yet, but right now we are starting to see some reaction happening right here, which is exactly what we wanna see. We wanna see the bulls right here push this daily candle back above the weekly order block. Now that of course does not mean that we are going back higher to potentially 76k, the value area high, but it basically means we are due for some more relief before we eventually start dropping even lower. But as of right now, it is a good reaction. Of course, you can't expect price to actually drop in a straight line to the downside. For right now, everything is looking nice for some short-term relief rally. Hype right now also holding this level right here, which is very key. Basically, the all-time high support resistance into support flip right now is being a support. The dollar is potentially going to reject from here next week, and starting next week, I believe if we reject from here, then Bitcoin could have some nice relief. But if the dollar continues higher, then the pressure on Bitcoin will be even stronger, and we might see this level actually flop to the downside, and we could very well be going back to some levels that I have marked out right here lower. We have front ran this value area low, so we might come down for it, and we might very soon, basically in the next coming months, come down for this low right here at 49k. Basically, I expect this low to be swept before this bear market is actually over. We need to sweep. There's a lot of liquidation sitting below this particular level right here. You can see on the 3-day, on the 2-day, RSI is flashing in the oversold region. This happened pretty fast. You can see last time this happened and the RSI was that oversold on the higher time frame momentum. We got after this a nice relief rally. Now this time it could be different. Of course, we might get a shorter relief rally. The RSI momentum can stay for a longer time at this low, basically right here. Stock market also took quite a hit. We've got quite the bearish close right here. As I have been telling you, the Nasdaq did reject. It dropped even below its monthly pivot right here with a massive close of around 6.5%. And you can see this bearish divergence that we had right here is playing out right now. So everybody is calling for lower on the stock market during the next weekly open, which is, as I said, about to be in about 15 hours. So this is going to be very important close and open for the stocks. Now, if they do actually start crashing lower, this would of course put more pressure on Bitcoin and we might lose this level. But as of how things are looking right now, you can see the CVD starting to curve back up, which is exactly what we want to see for some more continuation higher. We also do have liquidity sitting above us, which is going to be taken out, in my opinion, very soon. Fear and greed index right now is, of course, you can see remaining at extreme fear. We are sitting at 14 right now. Spot ETF still in the red. Long versus shorts ratio, you can see we are starting to see more longs coming to the market right now. And next week we do have some very important news. On Monday we don't have that much going on. On Tuesday we've got US home sales, trade balance, and then we've got on Wednesday the most important news, CPI data, and on Thursday we have PPI data. On Friday we do have inflation data also coming out. So very important week. Is going to be very volatile, and we might get, as I said, some nice moves to the upside. Now to cover some altcoins, you can see Ethereum right here, for example, on the weekly time frame. It did not sweep this low right here from back in the April tariff crash. So one more drop down could be very well possible. Solana is right now also trying to, basically you can see Solana is way below its April low and is trying to recover. We might see $47 to $48 getting hit. This is basically the yearly S2. That's gonna be like a big move, like 25%. It may not happen right now, but with the next weekly open, it might very well happen. Sui also right now looking pretty decent actually, since we have not dropped below the capitulation wick right here. We still have some more room until we hit the yearly S1 right here, but still right now Sui could potentially get some relief, like 20-30% to the upside. We might see a relief rally. XRP right now also looking decent. We swept this low right here, and right now we are bouncing from this weekly fair value gap order block that we have right now. Of course, the RSI momentum is still not that oversold, but still we might get a pretty decent bounce from right here. And I do believe that this would cover it for today, guys. Have a nice weekend, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.